First of all, guys, how are you?
Very well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, good.
You just played. How did it go?
Good show. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was
One
fun.
of the best ones to talk, I think.
Okay.
So far.
Is this one of the first as well outside of the UK?
That's second.
Third of the tour away from the UK.
Yeah.
Okay. So, were there any expectations for a Europe tour?
We knew something was coming. We didn't know what sort of venues and everything. That came quite a lot later.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually didn't think we were playing here tonight. We thought we were at a different venue. But I played here with Philip Selway a couple of months ago, so another place.
Okay.
Really cool.
Fair
It's the
enough.
first one playing in like a sort of festival setup as well,
Yeah.
so it's been a bit hectic. We did the earlier session
Yeah.
before the show.
Is it difficult then, because you say it's one of the first in this form, is it difficult to translate what is on the record to how you play it now?
I think it's getting a lot easier now. We have Andy, who's absolutely incredible, and we've all been. There's a lot of pre-production and a lot of rehearsing. I think we're now getting to the point where we can really try and perform it. Maybe like better than the record, because we get to rock out a little more.
Mm-hmm. Is there a big difference for you, at least for performing it live and on the one hand and the record on the other?
We're told that we can replicate it quite well. I think because there's quite a lot of the same musicians, and
Everyone who plays in the band performed on the record. Like,
okay.
You know, I want it to be seen more of a band than like just me, because the music's very vital. You know. It's more important than, you know, any kind of visual thing or anything, like having the sound clean or anything like that. We want it to be big sounding. You know.
When you initially wrote these songs, did you already have this fuller band sound in mind when you wrote them?
Completely. We were rehearsing for a year before we went in to do the record.
Okay.
So I was writing the songs and then I'd bring the songs to the table and we'd go through them and Barney would come up with something incredible and then we'd be done.
What was the first song you brought to the table that ended up on the record?
first one we ever played never made it to record.
Which was?
It was his first demo, the one that first got him a bit of attention.
Okay.
It was called Little Rock.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of that song?
Wow, that was a great track. I mean,
He might have hated it because I played drums and recorded it. It was terrible. He jazzed it up a little more.
no, I mean every song Joe brings to the table is incredible, and I can hear so many things. So it's an absolute pleasure to be able to work with him, just because so much scope for all of his tracks. They'll paint such a massive picture.
It kind of works well together because I think, you know, he plays like it's less of like a bass and drum thing. It's more of like a guitar and drum thing. You know? It's that relationship that is really important.
Well, because you you have to drum yourself. Do you take that into account when you write, even subconsciously?
Oh, no, don't get me wrong, I can't play drums.
Oh, okay.
No. Like, it was a very simple beat
Okay.
behind it because there was no one around. There was no one to play drum. So, but no, I love like we're both fans of jazz and like prog rock and like, you know, and that kind of playing, and that's how I look at the writing a lot of the time in that kind of concept, and he just, I think, kind of.
The tough thing about this guy is that we had an album's worth of stuff, and then obviously because he was writing so much, it gets to like a week before the record, he's like, wait, scrap those three, we're adding these four. It's like, oh, here we go.
What is one of the new songs that ended up then?
Dove in Your Mouth, second track on the record, came in quite late, and that leads right onto the second record, which is almost done.
Okay.
So, Dove in Your Mouth was the last song that went.
And what was why did you decide to replace it, or to get rid of it?
Yeah, I think it was just a better song for the record, and it needed to be on there because there were 4 or 5 songs I couldn't put on. We didn't even get time to record in the studio that will be on, you know, or might not even be on the second record, but it's kind of left behind.
But the What Green Feels Like, it's only been released quite recently. So are you, as a band, is your mind already with the next one?
Yeah, it's almost done. So it's kind of, we're going to go into rehearsals in a couple of weeks, and hopefully get that done quite quickly, and then choose a new studio and just record it live. Like really nice rocky sound.
Did you do that with Chris?
No, we did the guitar. I think we did most songs, drums and bass together. Some of them separate, some of them with guitar together. A lot of the stuff on my own was live takes, but we built a lot from the ground up.
And then what about this process then made you decide to for the next one to do a live?
Just playing with these guys, and I guess that my writing's developing like naturally in that direction, and that's what we love to play. Like we love to play that kind of music, so it's going to be, you know, a solid band sound rather than it be more of like a songwriter.
But when you started out, because I believe I wrote the name down, Beefleys, you played in the, were you in the band?
No, yeah, the guitarist was.
Okay, because you started in a way in a band setting more than doing it on your own, right?
Yeah, I never really gigged on my own.
Okay.
I like all those first kind of shows where we just did like funk and soul and metal and prog and classic rock, and that helped me to learn how to sing, you know, and to actually play and to perform. And
did you sing in that band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we had a female vocalist as well, so it's kind of like a crappy Fleetwood Mac or something, you know, but you know.
And then do you notice now that, because when I listen to the album, I notice certain elements are quite progressive, I'd say, on the record. So do you take a lot of what came from that era and then take it with you now?
Yeah, because you sort of like, to learn how to play that kind of music, you have to take it apart and look at its constituents and then understand it and then put it back together, and then you can play whatever song. But you never forget the constituents. So it's like learning anything. It's just, and then it just sticks in your head. So when you start to write, you naturally do things that you didn't even realize are in your head, and I feel like naturally it is quite intricate. It is quite complex, and we want it to keep growing in that way.
And then, well, going back then to what you mentioned earlier, that you kind of come up with a song idea and you bring it to the table and to the band. How does it develop from there then? How does a song continue to grow?
Most of it's actually complete before going in to rehearse with these guys. But like the bass and the guitars and everything will be written.
Okay.
But then, and I'll have some kind of idea for drums. But Barney's just, there's no one who plays like him, so it's kind of like, if we need, you know, if I say...
I come from a very different background. I played a lot of jazz, played a lot of funk and soul, a lot of big band swing stuff. So, I mean, I guess at first we normally hit different things, and then it's sort of certain textures he'll say yes to, certain things he won't like, and then we'll fight for a few hours, and then something will happen, I guess. Yeah.
It's usually like I'll play something on repeat, like I'll just keep doing the repeat. And 9 out of 10 times the first thing he comes up with is what we keep. But then sometimes it
feels that way.
Yeah, I think so. But,
most annoying thing is when I'm just warming up, playing some silly patterns, and then he makes me do that again on the kit, do it,
just
do
joking
it.
around. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we jam through a lot of the parts, like rhythmically, but the whole pitch of the musical pitch is pretty much done before we even go into rehearsals, and then but it's usually quite quick after that. Just everyone picks up the parts and we're away.